Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss that string data type in the Python. So string data type is nothing but whatever we data going to be declare within a single quote or double quote. Okay. So str represent the string data type str. Okay. So string is nothing but a sequence of the characters which is included in the single quote or double quote. For example, this one, this is also a string data type, and this is also a string data type. Okay, so by using the single quote or double quote we can represent the string data type. But in the case of multi-line of code, okay, so in the multi-line of code we cannot use the single quote or double quotes. Okay, this will give you a syntax error. So if we have a multi-line of codes, in that case we have to use either this triple single quote or triple double quote like this one. So suppose that we have a multi-line of data, string data is there, then we have to use the triple single quote or triple double quote. I will explain in the later on the for example this one. Okay, so if I'm going to represent, suppose that this one, right? So this is the string data type, and if we have the Dinesh, then Kumar, right? So we can represent with the help of single quote or double quote like this. But if we have a multi-line of code like this, multi-line of the data in the string, so we cannot represent, we should not represent the single quote double quote, because it will give you a syntax error. If you see that this is the syntax error, so in that case we have to use the either the single triple single quote, and then we can represent the data. Okay, or triple triple double quotes like this. Now we can have the multi-line of code we can declare in the single variable like that. Okay, coming to this next concept. Okay, so like this one. Okay, suppose that we have the one double quote or single quote, okay, within a data itself. Okay, so how we can do that? Like this one, how we can do that? So we can have the double quotes within a single quote of the data like that. Okay, or we can have the triple quotes also. For example, let me explain. Okay, suppose that we have the data like this one, Dinesh and Dinesh book, right? So if I'm going to declare this data, okay, this data into the single quote, it will not work, right? Because this is the opening single quote, this is the closing single quote, and this data will be provide you a syntax error, right? So how we can represent, how we can declare this data into the strings? In that case we have to follow the double quotes. Okay, double quotes like that, starting with the double quotes, single quotes. Now we can represent whole data into the single variables. Okay, but suppose that if itself contain the double quotes, then how we can do that? In that case we can represent the whole data with the help of single quote, this one like that. Now we can declare that. But again the question is that the single quote as well as double quote is there, right? Single quote as well as double quote is there, then how we can declare the string variables? So in that case you can use the triple quotes. Okay, triple quotes mean this is the universal kind of while declaring. Okay, now we can have the any number of the single quote or double quote within a data, we can represent that, right? Like this one. Okay, so it can be a possible now, this one. So this is nothing but a some of the way to declare the string data type. Now coming to one of the concept, this is nothing but a slicing operator. Okay, slicing operator, suppose that this is the data temp is equal to Dinesh single quote, and I want to access the particular one character or like a range of the data like this one. I want to know the first three character. Okay, I want to know the middle of the characters data. Okay, I want to know the fifth index of the data. Then how we can do that? We can do that with the help of slicing operator. So slicing nothing but a piecewise. Okay, So we can represent this slicing with the help of square bracket. Okay, with the help of a square bracket we can fetch the data. For example, this one. Okay, so this is the data which we have represented. We have the data as. Now if we are moving the left to right, that is the positive index starting from 0. If we are moving from the right to left, okay, right to left, that is a negative index starting from the -1. Okay, always remember this concept: left to right positive index and right to left negative index. Okay, and for the slicing operator we have to use the square bracket. Okay, now how to access the data? So in that case we can use access the data with the help of s and then square bracket and pass the index value. This is the index value, this is the 0th index. So if I'm going to pass the positive index, that is the, this is the 0 index, this is the 1, 2, 3, and then 4th, and then 5, 5th index, like that. Left to right 5 index. If I'm going to move from the right to left negative index, in that case this is the negative one, this is, sorry, this is the negative one, right? This is the -2, -2, this is the -3, this is the -4, like that. Okay, so if I'm passing 0 right, it means the positive index. Positive index means d value, this d value going to be. If I'm going to pass the positive 1, this will be the, this is 0, this is the 1, this data is going to be print, this one. Similarly, -1 means -1, means negative index right from the right side. And what is the negative -1? First value, this is the h. And always remember, if I'm calling any data, any values, any index which is not present in the data, that will provide you a index error, because the 40 index is not there, plus 40 is not there, right? So we cannot access the data. So this is nothing but a out of range error. Sometimes in the interview ask that what is the meaning of out of range error. So it is nothing but an index error, type of error, which we are accessing the data which is not available, not in the range. Okay, some of the more example I just want to tell you in the slicing. These are the one of the characters I just want to access. In that case we can pass the index. Okay, this is the way to access the particular one characters. Now if I want to access the range of the characters, for example, rather than accessing the one character, I want to access the three character range of the three character, four characters means range of the four character, three character, like that. In that case we can use the slicing operator. Okay, so again I'm telling the left to right positive index, right to left negative index. And what is the slicing syntax? Slicing syntax means square bracket, where to start, and then colon, end of the index. Okay, so if I want to access from first to 40, right? So starting from the first, this is the 0th index, this is the first index. Now start with this here, and if I'm mentioning any 40, right? So all the 40 is not there, but it means that whatever the last item it is, till then we have to access. This is the highlighted part, we are going to be printing this part. If if I'm going to mention the last index, okay, and index, that is the fine. If it is not mentioning, it will assume the last index. Okay, so 1 to till end, or 1 to 40 means 40 is not there, then till end. Okay, if we are mentioning, if we are not mentioning, depending on that. Suppose that if I'm going to mention that 2, okay, if I'm going to run this code, so 1 to 2, right? So it will access the data from first to till second, right? I. Okay, now starting point, if I'm mentioning, that will start from that data. If it is not mentioning, then that will start from the beginning, it means 0th index. So 0 till 5, so this is the 0, and till 5, how many 5? 1 2 3 4 5, this is the highlighted part. Okay, now this is nothing but a multiplier. Star is nothing but a multiplier. If we have the data as, if I'm going to multiply by 3, it means we are going to repeat this data 3 times. So Dinesh will repeat going to be 3 times. Dinesh, 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 like that, right? So this is nothing but a repetitive operators. I will explain later on the class sessions. What is the repetitive operator? What is the concatenation operators? So this is nothing but a one of the repetitive operator to repeat the data as many times as it is mentioned, 3 times 3. Okay, so these are the some of the concept in the string data type. So later on we'll explain further more data type which are the pending in the details. I hope you understand. Thank you so much.